Okay, solving inequalities using addition or subtraction. So first of all, an inequality is really just two expressions. Instead of being separated by an equal sign, there's an inequality symbol. So it's going to be something that looks like 3x plus 2 is less than 5. Instead of the equal sign, we're going to either have a less than, a greater than, a less than or equal to, or a greater than or equal to. And to model our answers, model our solutions, we're going to use a number line. On our number line, it will be an open circle to show if we have a less than or greater than. And we're going to use a closed circle to show if we have a less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Okay? And that'll make sense in a moment. So a little bit of a warm-up. I'm just going to talk through it instead of writing it. This is read x is less than 3. Now to graph it, we want to take our number line and we're going to mark, all we have to do is tally 3 numbers. So we'll put our number in the middle, so 2, 3, 4, so that I know that you understand the number line. So 2, 3, 4, and these are all the values less than 3. So we're going to use an open circle like we saw above, and all the values less than 3 are going to go to the left. So that means every number on this side is a solution. Every one of these numbers make this true. These are all numbers less than 3. And the reason we use an open circle again is because we're using just less than. And this open circle acts like a boundary. It borders. We can have any number less than 3, but it cannot be actually 3. This is y is greater than 2. That's what you would write there. So on our number line, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And y is greater than 2. So we put an open circle and all the values to the right because it's all the positives, all the ones greater. Then we can shade that in. It's a little sloppy here, but that's the idea. Z is less than or equal to 4, so on our number line we're going to go 3, 4, 5. And because it's less than or equal to, it could include 4, so we want to include that and all the values to the left. Okay? And last one is n is greater than or equal to 2. So n is greater than or equal to 2. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put a circle that is filled in at 2 and all the values greater than or equal to 2. Now here's a little trick I want you to see, something. Oh, let me get my colors up. If you have your variable on the left, like all of these do, they all have the variable on the left, then you can use the symbol, your inequality symbol, to tell you which way you're going to shade. This was a symbol that looked like that, which is less than, and if we make it into an arrow, it's pointing to the left, which is why we shaded left. This is a greater than, so it's all the values greater, so I'm going to put it in here. It's pointing to the right. This less than or equal to points to the left, greater than or equal to points to the right. So that's why it says follow the arrow. You can just follow whatever the arrow is pointing to, and that will help you. So in this one, you're going to plot 5, open circle, shade to the left. Plot -4, open circle, shade to the right. Plot -3, closed circle, shade to the left. Alright, let's try the next page. Now, here's where we're going to bring in the inequalities to actually solve. Addition and subtraction properties of inequality just say that when you do the same thing, add or subtract the same number on each side of the inequality, it produces an equivalent inequality. So for instance, n plus 7 is less than 3. To solve this, I want to get n by itself, so I'm going to subtract 7, I get n is less than -4. My variable's on the left, so when I go to plot it, I have -5, -4, -3, open circle, shade to the right. Okay? And that makes sense because this is all the values. N is greater than -4. Did I say less than? I meant greater. So n is greater than -4. All these numbers are true, greater than -4. Over here, 10 is greater than or equal to y plus 4. I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides. 10 minus 4 is 6. This is my inequality sign, and the y comes down. Now we said we have to have the variable on the left. So if you want to make the variable on the left, you really have to do like a rainbow almost. Everything has to flip completely. So the y comes over here. The symbol is going to flip. It's like the opposite. It flips over. And then the 6 comes here. So now my variable is on the left. I'm going to plot 5, 6, 7. It's a closed circle because it's less than or equal to, and we're going to shade to the left because we could make the arrow that points to the left, but we also want all the values less than 6. So that's why it's going to be all the ones smaller than 6. 2 more on this page. Negative 6 is less than or equal to x plus 9. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. I'm going to get positive 3 less than or equal to x. Again, because I want my variable on the right, on the left side, so it's correct. The x goes here, everything flips. So this is my actual inequality. I'm going to put 2, 3, 4 down. Close circle because it can be 3, but it's also all the values greater than 3. So x could be 3 or anything higher. And we shade to the right. Last one is z minus 5 is less than 1. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Z comes down, those cancel. Less than comes down, 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay? So we're going to do 5, 6, 7, open circle because it's just less than, and we're going to shade to the left. Okay? And one way to check it is just pick a number. Pick a number less than 6. How about 3? So this is saying z could be 3 because it is less than 6. If I plug it into the equation, substitute it in, 3 minus 5, is that less than 1? 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Yes, it is correct. So it is a solution. All right, let's look at the last page. This was just some extra practicing. I'm going to go through these ones rather quickly. We're going to combine like terms. 8 plus 5 is 13 plus m greater than or equal to 14. I'm going to subtract 13 on both sides. I find that m is greater than or equal to 1. 0, 1, 2, close circle, shade to the right. Over here, 13 and negative 26 gives me n minus 13 less than 38. I'm going to add 13 to both sides. I get n is less than, carry the 1, 51. So I have 50, 51, 52, open circle, shade left. The last two, whoopsies, I hit the wrong button. Last two, decimals, so 2.35 and 14.9. That's not going to work because I need to line up my decimal points. 2.35 and 14.9. Bring my 5 down. This is 2, carry the 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to get 17.25 plus p is greater than 49.25. Subtract 17.25 on both sides. Line up my decimal points. Those cancel. P comes down, greater than, that goes to 0, that goes to 0, 2, 3. So p is greater than 32, so I have 31, 32, 33. Open circle, shade to the right. Okay, last one, 4 plus 16, q plus 20 is greater than or equal to 30. I'm going to subtract 20 on both sides. I get q is greater than or equal to 10. It's going to be 9, 10, 11, close circle, shade to the right. All right, see me for any questions. Bye, guys.